Yeah, so this is our second text after Crime and Punishment. Here we have really an amazing, nice play. It's a really, as you can see from the title, a tragic poem in 3 acts and 6 scenes. And you can see really the funny, combination here. A tragic poem in 3 scenes, in 3 acts. Yeah, it's really a play. You know, it's a play, but as you can see, he called it a poem. He wanted to say, here I'm writing for you really a great poem. Yeah, but it's not a poem, really. To be honest, it's not a poem. It is a play by our friend Federico Garcia Lorca, who is really an amazing modern 20th century, modernist 20th century Spanish writer. He is a very influential man, a very great poet, dramatist, and short story writer as well. Federico Lorca really wrote a lot, and of course, you can find so many references and so many sources really about him. And you know, I did not really include any information here. As you can see, I did not put any introduction. I just started the play because I left this for you really to find sources or to find more information yourselves. You can Google and you can find huge material, a lot really of material on him. Federico Lorca, as I say, he's a modernist, 20th century modernist poet, dramatist, playwright, and really short story writer, and maybe he wrote also some novels. Anyway, this play is about womanhood, is about Spanish society. This play is about the position of the woman, the position of the woman, and sometimes many people read this as an example of feminism. But I don't want you to feel that this is about feminism. No, this play is about womanhood, is about the woman, and about motherhood. Really is about motherhood. And that's why I give this play as an example of that, because women are born as women to give birth to children. Really, God gave us this really great gift, which is really here, the woman, really to give birth to us, men and everybody. So really, this play is about that, this feeling of being a mother. When, you know, all of us, I think all of us understand, especially sometimes we men, you know, and funny here, I'm giving you this class. I'm a man here giving you a lecture about wives and about how a wife or how a mother should be. Maybe this should be given by a housewife, by a female doctor. But that's it. I think I can do a better job than anybody. I think, I don't know, but this is my feeling. I'm saying here, really, this is a play about the position, the high, great, important, lovely feeling that women have, or the women feel, towards having babies. That people some people may say, well, I don't like babies, or I don't like kids, or I don't like children, or. But you see, you know, God gave us this, you know, created all of us in this way, man and woman. You know, the man and the woman to bear children. And this is the idea. And this is a fact of life. This is how we are. You know, this is how we are. Women, naturally, women love to have children, naturally. And this is what I'm saying here. If somebody said, oh, I don't like children, there are people say, I hate children. Oh, I hate kids. Oh, I don't like kids. oh, having a child is terrible. Having a child is a lot of work, is a lot of labor, is a lot of pain, a lot of whatever. Yes, that's life. Yeah, that is life. That is the normal life. Absolutely. No way. I will not accept anybody saying, oh, I don't like kids, I don't like children. Because naturally, normally, women are born to give birth to children. Full stop. Full stop. Yeah? You agree with me or you don't agree? Yeah, you are not going to talk you are not going to say anything. Yeah, so really this is true, because sometimes I had people, when I taught this course, where I taught this play for, many times, and I had some students saying to me, some students, female students, saying to me, I don't like children, I don't want children, I hate children. Yeah, if you say this now, I understand, but maybe later on you will regret it. You'll say, I wish I had a child when I was able to. I know, I'm saying this for life. This is real. And people say, I hate kids, I don't want kids. The feeling of motherhood, the feeling of motherhood is the subject of this play. What is to feel to be a mother? The question of mothering is an important thing. Really, the whole play is about that. The whole play is about that. It's not about feminism and independence and this crazy thing. And sometimes people talk about, they drive or they take away the question of feminism. They stretch it away into extremes and sometimes to mean negative. Well, feminism is not negative, to say the truth. But there are cases today in modern time, in the last 50 years or so, in the last maybe 100 years or so, there are many women who really drove this into extreme, and they started to behave like mad people. I don't agree. I don't agree. People are people. Naturally, we are, men and women, full stop. People are people. And really, this play is about that. Here we have a wife who wants a baby, and her husband does not like children. Yeah. Of course, we know that. I mean, yeah, there are people who say this. I don't like kids. I don't like kids. There are people who say this. But you should say this and you should agree, because the play here, it says, the man never really admitted to his wife that he does not want kids. The man here cheated his wife. He never told her, I never wanted kids. The man here, the woman was mad, was angry, literally killed her husband because he cheated her. He never told her, I don't want kids. The woman wants a child. Naturally, she wants a child. And not only naturally, but everybody else around her in the society always nagging. Where are the babies? Where is the baby? Where is the baby? And when you get married, I think you will know this. Yeah, this is natural. When our sisters or daughters get married, we started to wait and see, when is she going to be pregnant and when is she going to give us a child. That's how we are. That's how society really, how we behave. Sometimes people go crazy about it and they start asking questions. Oh, how many children do you have? Oh, how many boys do you have? Oh, you don't have a boy? Oh, you should have a boy. Oh, you don't have a boy? Oh, you should have 5 boys. You should, oh, come on. Abir. Abir? Where are you, Abir?
Doctor, yes, I am.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, Mesa said the work of society is nagging all the time about children. There's no escape. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, really, this is the idea. And sometimes, yes, people, this is how we are.
And Doctor, I also hear it in front of me. It's very embarrassing. I don't know why do they keep asking about this, because it's a personal matter that you don't have to ask actually. It's, I don't know. It's just something weird in this society.
I'm saying here, especially maybe your friends, but your mother, maybe your relatives, maybe your mother, if she asks you, hey, you know, no baby's coming? Oh, come on, where is the baby? And so on. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, people do that. But of course, it's something absolutely personal, something absolutely private and personal. And people should not ask, how many children do you have? Or you don't have a child? Or you are married and no children? Really? No children? Why? You know, and people asking you so many funny questions. But you see, this is it. Society is that. The play here is about society more than about Yerma. This woman called Yerma, and Yerma in Spanish means the barren woman, the dead, you know, or if you like, infertile woman, a woman who can't bear children. Oh. So they say, you know, as we say in Arabic, al-aqir. Yerma is not aqir, but they call her al-aqir only because she, you know, she has not yet given us a child. Society, they called her Yerma, and this is her name in Spanish. You know? So really, this is amazing how both society and here, of course, Yerma herself, because Yerma herself really, in deep down, forget about society. She herself, she loves children. She likes children. She is like most women. She is like all women. She wants a baby, full stop. She's married and she wants a baby. Yeah. And really, this is the idea. The play is about that in an absolutely lovely way. Of course, at the end of the day, you know, here we have a crime. At the end of the day in this play, the woman here finally, out of, you know, extreme passion, out of extreme anger, out of the blue, you know, she was so mad with her husband when he told her, or when he accused her of her honor, and he accused her of something, and he said, I don't want kids. And she ran at him and strangled him. Really, originally, Yerma is not a criminal. Yerma is not a criminal. Yerma is not a criminal. Unlike maybe Raskolnikov, if you can call, maybe we can call Raskolnikov a criminal because he planned the crime. He planned to kill the old lady and her, of course, by chance, her sister. He planned to kill Alyona, not to kill her sister. So Raskolnikov, you can say he was a real terrible criminal. But how can you say Yerma is a criminal? At the end of the day, yes, she killed a man, but out of absolute sheer anger and sheer chance, because she didn't plan to kill him. And she just wanted to give him a lesson and to maybe say, hey, give me a divorce. I'm not going to stay with you anymore. But because she was so angry, you know, when he told her this and when he accused her of being dishonorable or being disreputable or being thinking of other men when she is absolutely innocent, you know, she was mad at him, and she jumped at him, and she, you know, held him by the neck, and she was so strong, she killed him. By God, what a terrible thing. Yeah, so we men have to be careful. One day, if you, well, I don't have many boys here to ask them this question, but I think, yeah, where is, I have only one man here, I'm not going to ask him this help. Yeah, anyway, the idea really here is amazing. I'm saying here we have a tragedy, a real tragedy, and the tragedy is, I'm saying, the shock, the real, absolute, you know, inability to control herself, to kill her man, as I said, out of the blue, suddenly, without really planning in any way. On the contrary, she really waited and waited, and she was always begging him and saying, come on, man, come on. You know, when he spent all the time outside and he's working, and remember, this is a villager, this is a village society, a farmer, a villager, a small village, and it's really a romantic, sort of really lovely atmosphere when we have here, you know, this rural villager, simple kind of life. But you see, every society has its own terrible, maybe, for example, here, or bad, maybe, epithets, which is here, of course, we know, it's really the gossip. People wanted, you know, always to interfere with other private life, and they were always worried that she's always worried about what people are saying. And he himself also even was more a slave to society than her, because he was worried about what people are saying about his wife, that she goes out to bring water from the spring, and maybe she talks to somebody on the road, and people say, oh, she's talking to Victor, you know, the young man with whom she had once maybe she had maybe a little childish relationship with him, when there was no relationship. It was only one moment, because they are in a village and he was a neighbor, and they were kids, less than 12 or 13 years old. And you know, here the idea really develops, and he brought his sisters to watch over her. And this is again a terrible thing, to bring your sisters to work like as spies on your wife. This is very bad. You understand? Really here, Juan, our friend, the man here, the husband, was very terrible, was very, you know, he was really wrong to have asked his sisters to come and watch over his wife, to watch her, to spy on her, and to see what is she, for example, what she's doing or what she's, etc. So, yeah, so that's why, you know, he was more worried about what people are saying, what people are gossiping about his wife, you know, when he's always out and he doesn't come back, or he hardly sleeps at home. Again, this is a funny thing. I mean, we men do our jobs, but you see, you know, when you are married, you have a wife and kids and so on, so you have to behave, you have to be at home with your family. And here, really, this is one of the tragic things about it here, is that this man, it's a small village. You know, it's his village. He goes out to his fields and plantations, and he has to work in the field even days and nights. And he sleeps at night in the fields. Come on. That's too much. Anyway, this is, as we shall see later really here, that the tragedy is accidental tragedy, and the crime here is an accidental crime. And of course, at the end of the day, this can be seen as manslaughter, not murder. Whereas Raskolnikov was a murderer, but Yerma here could be seen as, you know, by accident, or, you know, out of sheer anger, or, you know, she didn't believe that she killed him. She wanted maybe to punish him somehow, to teach him maybe something, but he quickly died, you know, when she put her hands into his neck, you know? So really, this is funny in a way. So maybe if you were a judge and you want to take her to prison, maybe you give her maybe a lenient sentence. You won't sentence, I would not sentence her for 15 years of prison, for example. Maybe I would sentence her for a year in prison, no more, because she did not want to kill. Do you agree? Is she a killer, Abir? Zamzam, Wafa, Azza, where are you?
Doctor, I'm thinking of other thing. Like you said that woman is born only to have.
Yeah. I saw your comment, Doctor. Are you sure that women are born only to have a child? What about women who can't have a child? This rule is somehow complex. Oh, Abir, I never said that. I never said that. I didn't say this. I said naturally women are made to give children. But sometimes if a woman can't have a child, I'm not saying that she's only made for children. I didn't say only made for children. Women can do anything like men. Women can do anything like men. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes nearly yes, but not always like men, you know? I mean, we have to accept the facts of life. We are biologically different, for God's sake. Biologically different. And here really the woman is given, you know, this absolutely sacred, lovely quality of bearing children. Bearing children, come on. I'm not saying that a wife only to have a baby, or the job of a wife is to have kids only. I didn't say that. No.
Yeah, now I understand you.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Doctor, she considered a criminal when she killed her husband. She can do another thing. She can punish him, but no, like killing is not the solution.
Exactly, Abir. I didn't say, I said she did not plan to kill him. She never thought of killing him. She was shocked and absolutely. Have you read the play?
No, not yet.
Anybody read the play? Honestly. Who's she? Who are you? Al-Maha. Well done, ya Maha. Very good. You are my girl. Yeah, okay, Sarah said not all of it. Yeah, okay, good. Really, honestly, ya Abir, she never wanted to kill. She is not a killer. She is not a killer. Of course she can do something. Of course she can divorce him. Yeah, definitely. That's the normal thing. Okay, boy, you don't want babies? Then give me a divorce. And she can go to the law and she can get a divorce. She can say easily, I want to divorce you because I want a child. And there are many people who did it, by the way. There are many people in society who do that. That's normal. That is normal. She did not kill him intentionally because he did not give her a baby. She killed him, as I said, out of anger, because he accused her of other irrelevant, other wrong things, of he being accused her of her honor. He accused her of being a cheater. She was not cheating him with other men. Yerma is an innocent, decent, faithful woman. She never does anything wrong. Even society told her to go, as we shall see in the play. She had the chance to play around and be pregnant and so on. That's not good. That's not what the play is saying. Yerma said, no, I will never do that. I want a child from my husband, nobody else, and I will not cheat, and so on. That's what the play is about, not cheating, and she did not cheat. And because of that, she was really shocked, and she was angry with him when he said that to her at the end, and she really went crazy. Her head snapped. Her head snapped, and out of pure, maybe we can say absolute losing her mind, she killed him. Yeah, of course she does not need to kill him. Yeah, of course. The play is not saying that. The play
Maybe
is not
she wants to hit him.
Sorry?
Maybe she just wants to hit him by something.
Yeah, of course. She was angry. She was angry because he, as we shall see in the play, he was really a very bad, husband to her, and he accused her, and he, hit her or something. So she was mad at him. And by accident, and people have accidents, and people get killed by accidents. And that's why I would not sentence her to 15 years imprisonment like a murderer. Yerma Yerma is never a murderer. Yes, she killed her husband, but she had no idea. And that's why, as they say, if I were a judge to judge her, I will give her maybe 1 year imprisonment, no more. No more. Because she's not a killer. Whereas Raskolnikov was sent to Siberia for 15 years imprisonment because he is a murderer. Raskolnikov was a determined murderer, was a professional murderer, although he never wanted to be like that. But his stupid mind and his idea about being a Superman and being, a perfect murderer, and all this crazy idea about, socialism and his ideas about the Superman, he thought he can do it. So he had, the mentality of the criminal, the criminality of things. But Yerma was never a criminal, is never a criminal. So yeah, of course, that's really what I'm saying here in this play. Yeah, Saida, absolutely, Saida. Yes, very good. Maybe even Saida, maybe in Trifles. Yeah, Saida said, this reminds me of Trifles. The wife killed her husband because of his dominance. Maybe in Trifles, really the wife is more a criminal than Yerma here, because she strangled her husband intentionally put a rope in his neck. Right? She planned to kill him because of this question of domination. But you see, in Yerma here, the whole thing was out of the blue, by chance. Sometimes, like hitting somebody on the road, by accident. That's why accidents, when people are killed in accidents, they are killed in accidents because people don't want to kill on the road, for God's sake. You see? So that's why here I don't think we can sentence her to you know, like for example, a life imprisonment or something. So really, the play here is an amazing play. Please, ladies and gentlemen, read the whole play for next time, and I will maybe start, you know, reading a little bit of it just now. Now look at this image here, the picture of our friend here. Of course, this is not Yerma, but this is a portrait which looks like being Yerma. Okay, here notice reclining young woman in Spanish costume, and this is a portrait, you know, done by a Frenchman, you know, Edouard Manet, and it's there in the art gallery of Yale University in America. Now you can see here. What do you think this? What do you think if you look at this? Do you think this is? Suppose this is Yerma. By the look, if you look at this picture, how can you describe her? Suppose this is Yerma sitting like this.
She is overthinking.
Sorry?
Overthinking. It looks like she is planning to do something.
Do you think after the killing or before the killing?
It looks like before.
Any comments? Any comments? Yeah, really, this is an interesting portrait here, a picture, a painting by that painter. Really, it says a lot about this. If you are thinking about it in terms, you know, about her terrible isolated, because notice here reclining, when you say reclining, when here really she's maybe, you could see the tragic elements about her when you look at her like this. She seems to be sad and maybe miserable, and maybe she has all the potential of being a lovely woman, looking healthy and nice and everything, and yet, you know, nothing comes out of it, and she feels so bad and so terrible that she can't have a baby. And the mental situation here, really, the picture here is about her, absolutely about her mental situation, the sense of loss, the sense of you know, sadness, that maybe complete maybe I'm saying loss, because she doesn't know maybe what to do and how to do it. And remember, she tried all the ways, you know, because the play is showing us, later on we shall see, the play really showed us so many ways of finding a way to get pregnant, to make herself, or to make her husband, you know, to convince her husband, you know, and so on, to have a baby. And really here, it shows, you know, her really mental agony, absolute mental agony about her wish to have that child, maybe, I don't know. Or this, you could say, well, this is after killing him and feeling absolutely sad and miserable, because at the end of the play, she said, when now I killed you, I killed my child, because that's at the end, you know, that's what she said here. Look what she said, the last line here. I have murdered my child. I have killed my own son. And that's what she said, you know, the last line she said. What do you want? Don't come near me because I have murdered my child. I have killed my own son. Yeah, because Yerma really at that moment went mad. Her head, as we say, her head snapped and she lost her senses. Yeah, people do that and sometimes behave like this. And she said, in killing my husband, I actually killed my own child. Of course, here to say that she's not happy of killing him. She did not want to kill him. She had no idea of killing him. Yeah. And again, notice here, with a body barren forever. Yeah. Yeah, so really this is amazing, because people call her barren, and I would say to her, come on, lady, why? Maybe after a month or after a year, you can get married again. What's wrong with you? Be all right. You are fine. You are fine. Later on, you can get married again and you'll be fine. We'll talk about this later at the end of this. I will leave it for you to discuss. But you see, if I start here, as you can see, there is a lovely maybe note here. We can see the character list. You have a lot of names, but sometimes, you know, the naming here is funny. Yerma and Maria and Juan and Victor really are these are the main characters. Yerma and her husband Juan, Maria, her friend, and Victor, also the young shepherd, her friend, who, you know, to whom or with whom you know, she was accused maybe of having early relationship. Victor was absolutely innocent young boy. Victor had no idea whatsoever. He was a young child of 13, and she was 13 when they had, you know, only a little accident or incident when we shall see it in the play, when nobody would ever think that there was anything between her and Victor. You know, they were kids. Anyway, here we shall see this later. We have Maria, Juan, Victor, and the old woman, again, notice here, old pagan woman, and Dolores. And again, we can see here the character like first washerwoman, second washerwoman, third washerwoman, fourth washerwoman, fifth washerwoman, sixth washerwoman. Now, this really looks like in Saadallah Wannousi's play, remember? You know, here you say man 1, man 2, man 3, man 4, whatever. Really, this is funny, and this is used in modern drama, in 20th century drama, to mock, or maybe to maybe say something against traditional drama, to have characters' names, you know, clearly shown and so on. Again, you can say first young girl, second young girl, again, female mask and male masks. Again, you can see masks speaking again, which is, again, I think this is a funny say here, to say how to radicalize the theater, to remember, because again, this is published when our friend Bertolt Brecht was writing. If you studied drama, I'm sure you did, some of you already did, I think you should have, when Bertolt Brecht and his theory about distancing characters from the audience, or not involving the audience, or telling the audience that these people are only actors, they are not real people, they are only just actors. And this question of distancing and not distancing, you know, characters from the audience or from real people. And this is done mainly by Brecht, which is the same time, nearly Brecht was writing at the same time, the German great dramatist, playwright, Bertolt Brecht. And I think he was an amazing German modern dramatist and modern playwright who influenced European drama. And I think not just European drama, I think world drama throughout throughout the world. Maybe here we can see the same thing, because again, to go back to our friend, to our friend Sa'dullah Wannous, again, Sa'dullah Wannous, whether he liked it or not, he definitely was influenced by such great names like Brecht, and because he studied them all before he became a dramatist himself. Yeah. So here, this question of naming first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc., etc. This is to highlight the idea of what is traditional theater and what is revolutionized or radical theater. And that's why you can see all these first, second, third man and first, second, third woman and so on. Okay? And here we see the play started. When the curtain rises, Yerma is asleep with an embroidery frame at her feet. A strange dreamy light fills the stage. A shepherd enters on tiptoe, gazing fixedly at Yerma. He leads a child dressed in white by the hand. The clock sounds, the shepherd leaves, and the bluish light becomes the bright light of a spring morning. Yerma wakes. And here we have a singing, the voice singing. And I think here there's another, an important point here. The role of singing in this play is an important thing. The singing role, how the stage, how this as a mean of, staging ideas in the play, which is the singing in the background or, from far away. So here we have a voice singing from a cradle, cradle, cradle. For a cradle we will make a little cabin in the meadow, and then shelter there will we take. So this is another, a nice song. I'm not a good singer here, but I'm trying to give the voice. But maybe this is a voice of a woman singing about the cradle. Cradle, cradle, cradle. For a cradle we will make a little cabin in the meadow, and then shelter there we will take. Really, here, of course, the idea, the word cradle, of course, this little bed for the baby. So the theme here for the baby, making cradle, cradle, as we say, al-mahd, really. So we always worry about kids, babies, and you look at for example, if you go now, I'm sure, all of us, when you go to shops in town today, anywhere you go in the area where kids clothing and kids stuff, by chance, both men and women, I'm sure we all like baby stuff because we think this is lovely. Yeah, absolutely. All of us, whether men or women, we like to have, when you see a baby in front of you, you smile to a baby, and because they are babies, for God's sake, because we love babies. Anyway, so here this song here is, reminding us that, we all want to have the cradle ready for a baby. Yerma, Juan, do you hear me, Juan? I'm on my way. It's time. Have the oxen gone by? They have already gone. See you later. He prepares to leave. You won't take a glass of milk? Juan, what for? Yerma, you work hard and you are not made for work. Again, look what to say here. You are not made for work, because his body is a bit slim and weak. Maybe she thinks he's not really rough and tough enough for his work. When men are thin, They are strong like steel. Wow. Yeah, well, could be. Yeah, I think I agree with him. Yeah, there are. This is true. Really, this is true. When men are thin, they are strong like steel. Wow. Okay, good. Okay. And look what Yerma said. Not you, though. Not you, though. يا مسكين. لكن مش انت يا حبيبي. لا 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 لا، مش انت. مش انت. Yeah, she has here, you know, double meanings and many meanings. Yeah. We know what she means. When we married, you were different. Now you are a white-faced, as if the sun never shines on you. Again, here the word sun really is symbolical. We shall see here. This passage really is very interesting because really Yerma, she means a lot of things. You know, not just the physicality of the looks of him. She means a lot of things that, you know, she is, you know, saying and hinting at other things. Of course, the things that she wants. Of course, the child. I'd like to see you swim in the river or climb on the roof when the rain is beating on our house. We have been married 20 months, and your face gets sadder and thinner, as if you were shrinking. Yeah. I think, you know, I understand what she's saying here. You know, as if to say, you know, when we've been now married for 20 months and you are behaving like you're losing your health. What's wrong with you? You need sun. You need sun and you need rain, and you know. Juan, have you done? Yerma rising. Don't take it amiss. If I were ill, I would want you to take care of me. Yeah, are you done? Have you done? You know, the question here really, you know, it has so many, again, meanings. Have you done what? Have you done what? Of course, it has a lot of, again, it has many meanings again. You know, you have to use your mind and your imagination. What does he mean? You know, what do you mean done? What did she do? What's wrong with her? Anything wrong with her? Is she ill? Or as if to say, are you finished talking? Or as if, you know, she's causing him problems. And she rose because she was like lying maybe. She said, yeah, I want you to be, notice, if I were ill, I would want you to take care of me. My wife is ill. I will slaughter this lamb and make her a good meat stew. My wife is sick. I'll keep this chicken fat to ease her chest. I'll take this sheepskin to protect her feet from the cold. That's how I am. That's why I take care of you. Yeah. Wives like to be taken care of, and I think they have the right. They have the right to be taken care of. And here she's saying, yeah, when I'm ill, I want you to feel that I am ill, and you have to protect me, to show me that you really care for me. You know, you care for me. You have to say, you know, like saying, like feeling or thinking that my wife is ill and I have to take care of her. And I have to give her good food, and so on and so forth. Because she said, I do this for you. Because I do this for you. I take good care of you. So why don't you take good care of me, you know. Now, here we see the big contrast. Of course, later on, we shall see this massive contrast, really. You know, she said here she's putting words into his mouth, saying to him, you should say to people, or at least you should say to yourself, you say, my wife is sick, my wife is this, and my wife is this, and I have to take care of her. So she's dictating him what to say. She's putting words into his mouth to say what she hears, what she wants to hear him saying. And I think she is right, absolutely right. Because women like to be taken care of by their husbands, because that's the normal thing. That is the natural thing. Juan. And I'm grateful for it. And I am grateful for it. Yeah. But you don't let me, Yerma. Juan, because there's nothing the matter with me. It's just your imagination. I work hard. Every year I grow a little older. You know, Juan is a wicked man. He knows what she means. He knows what she means, but he pretends not to know. He pretends not to know what she means. And he is always playing tricks on her. He knows what she means, but he makes out that he doesn't know. He pretends that he doesn't know what she means. Come on, doctor, what do you mean? Is this a conundrum? Yes, it is a conundrum. Yeah. And Yerma said, every year, you and I will stay on here year after year. Now she starts to clear things. Now, yes, you and I, only you and I. Yeah. Year after year, after year, after year, after year. Again, Juan smiling, naturally and peacefully too. Well, for her, it's not naturally, and for her, it's not peacefully to be only you and her. She wants other people. The work is going well. We have no children to worry about. La ilaha illallah. Now we got the idea. Now we reach the message. He said, everything is fine. The work is good. The work is done, and everything is done. And we should not worry about anybody. We have no children, alhamdulillah, and we are fine. There is no problem. Yerma, no children. Juan. What is it? Is it because I don't love you enough? You know, it's a shame. Poor Yerma is saying, why don't you give me a child? Is it because that I don't love you enough? Juan, of course, again, he knows. Yeah, you love me. Yeah, really, I want to, of course, read all of this for you, ladies and girls. Please, if you like, read the whole thing, please, carefully, because it's really lovely play. And there are many examples and really sensitive, absolutely sensitive moments here. The play is really showing us how much really a woman feels towards the idea of having a child, or how a wife feels for her husband, and so on. So really, this is a lovely you know, dialogue going on here. Of course, you know, you can see more and more of this. Please, please read all this for next time. Yeah, I think I will stop here, and I will, if you have any question, then let me stop recording.